That is the hot seat. The Rodeo Time hot seat.
Presented by Ram Trucks.
Bring that into the mic, please. It's presented by... you move it in. Move it in.
Oh.
It's presented by Rodeo Time.
Presented by Rodeo Time.
Presented by Rodeo Time. Yeah, you're in the hot seat. That reminded me of when Luke was saying that there's some bareback riders that are hot. Remember that, Donnie? He said he said Tilden was hot.
Well, oh, sure. Thanks.
And for those...
You said Tilden was hot?
Yeah, he said if a bareback rider gets hot, like Tilden... And we did not cut him any slack after he said that. Which he was talking about make a lot of money in riding bareback horses.
Who is that?
Luke Branquino.
Oh, Luke.
Barrel racer.
Yeah, barrel racer. Well, how you been?
Good. How have you been?
Really good.
Yeah.
When did y'all get here?
Man, you grew up and started riding bareback horses.
I don't know how that ended up, but...
Oh, I know how it happened.
Yeah.
That father of yours is how it happened.
I was a bull rider.
You were all of it.
I wasn't supposed to be this.
You just couldn't help but follow in your dad's footsteps.
Yeah, and they didn't pay me as much in the bull riding.
You got paid in the bull riding.
Yeah, sometimes.
Man, I tell people, and anybody that listens to a lot of my podcasts has heard me say it, just that I remember the first time I went out to Branded for Christ church to get on some practice stock. Your dad was running next to you while you were riding a Holstein calf.
Old milkman.
Yeah. And you were about 3 years old. And then we were on the back of the chutes, and your dad told you to get back so that horse wouldn't paw you. You remember what you said? He said, "Dad, horses don't have paws." That's what you told him. And he laughed. And he let you stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I went over there a lot, and you were always there getting on. And I felt like I got on a lot, and you got on just as much as I did.
Yep. Yeah, I always thought you were going to end up being a bullfighter.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
Did you ever think about pursuing it, or?
Yeah, I mean, I fought some pro rodeos.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for
I
Sammy.
didn't know that.
I fought all the Sammys for a couple of years.
Really? Okay.
And I fought a lot of the circuit stuff for Stace, Mesquite.
I did not know any of this. I didn't know you ever went and rodeoed.
Yeah, that's because you were like 7 years old.
Oh. How old are you now?
That's because you were freaking tiny when I was doing that. The other day, I went to freaking, I was like, it wasn't the other day, it's been a couple years ago, but I live outside of Graham, and I was like, man, I'm going to go see who's entered, see if I got any buddies entered in Graham. And your name was on there, and I was like, golly, I thought he was still 14. And, dude, just some time passed, and turns out I took off and did a little bullfighting. And while you were in elementary school, and here we are now, and you're at the NFR.
Yeah, yeah.
This is your second NFR. Tell me about what it was like from your perspective. I got to watch you grow up at the church and getting on every Sunday. But tell me about your story as you remember it.
So, growing up, I always wanted to make the NFR, but in the bull riding. It wasn't a dream or even an idea that I'd want to come here and do something different. And amateur rodeoing and college rodeoing, looking back, kind of there's two reasons that I kind of hung the bull rope up. And the main one was it didn't matter how hard I hit the ground, I was going to go to sleep. I had a glass jaw like nobody had ever seen. And so I won a rodeo. I wasn't ready to go pour concrete for a living yet. So I started getting on bucking horses. And, man, at the amateur rodeos, they paid me every time. It didn't matter if I fell off a bull or not. You stayed on your horse, you'd win.
Yeah.
And, a little while later, I started pro rodeo, and I don't really know where that idea came from, and started winning a little bit and had a taste of success here and there. And I've never really cared that much about what I do. Whatever I did, though, I wanted to win, and the winning is what made it the best. Because, no matter what you do in life, a little bit of winning goes a long way.
Makes it more fun.
Oh, a lot more fun. And last year I battled it out. I was like 25th in the world going into September. I win like $45,000 the last 4 weeks of the season and sneak in here 11th. And then I was like, man, you kind of get those thoughts in the back of your head. Like, that last 4 weeks is the only reason I'm here. Those couple good horses that I had drawn to win 11,000 in Mandan or to win 15 in Sioux Falls, and like, it was probably, I just outdrew everybody and barely slipped in, and kind of a fluke almost. I didn't feel like I deserved to be here last year. And my goal when I got here, I wanted to win a go-round buckle at 100 grand. And if I did that, my 10 days was as good as it could have been. And was way better than that. And I guess it was about February of this year. I had a really good finals last year, and then won the deal in San Diego, got to get on Virgil. And I was like, maybe I am a bareback rider. Last year at the NFR, I thought I was a bull rider that somehow snuck in the bareback ride. And then this year I kind of finally feel like I made it, and I belong, I guess.
How many rounds did you end up winning last year?
Won 3.
Yeah.
Won
I
3.
know you went out there a couple times.
Yeah.
And probably well over 100,000 at the NFR.
Yeah, like 235.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, so you still kind of felt like you were supposed to be a bull rider?
Yeah, and then once the bull riding kind of fizzled down a little bit, I thought that I was going to I really thought I'd be working for a concrete company right now that I worked for in high school, and I'd be pouring concrete during the weeks and going to UPRA rodeo on the weekends, and and there's a different plan that I didn't see coming.
Right. I bet your dad was pretty stoked though whenever you committed to the bareback riding.
Yeah, he's always, no matter what I'm doing though, my parents are more excited than me.
For sure. Even if you were pouring concrete.
Yeah, even if I was pouring concrete, my mom would be hollering for me in the ditch. And so, yeah, whatever I did, they were going to support me. And like playing youth soccer, I was really young, and the only goal I scored all year was in the wrong goalie, and my mom was screaming for me as I was running backwards, and everybody's telling me to turn around. She was cheering me on. So, I wish there was a video of that somewhere, but I thought I was doing something good. I got turned around on the soccer field.
I do love your mom too. Yeah, both your parents. Yeah, so your dad, he went to the circuit finals a few times, didn't he?
Yeah, he
in bareback riding.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career, long career, and never made it here or anything. He won enough to he won enough to make it worth doing, but he just never had that big break, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what he did do, though, was build a system that you could go through that allowed you a big break.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And allowed a lot of people. I mean, like, for instance, the world's greatest bull rider came through there.
The world's greatest bull rider came
Dale
through
Brisby, let's put him up there.
Yeah.
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 And then, so let's talk about just what your week would look like growing up, though, because in addition to being the pastor at Brandon for Christ Cowboy Church on I-45 in between Huntsville and Madisonville, there's a little church off to the side, and it's got an arena behind it. And I know when I was going, it would be church at 5 and then buck after.
Oh yeah.
Is that still the schedule of events?
Yeah. So we buck stock before or after. A lot
Sometimes
of times during the
before, maybe.
summer, during the summer it's after, and then during the school year we do it before so people can get home a little earlier. But
then he's also
rodeo coach.
The rodeo coach at Sam Houston,
Yeah.
which is, what is that, like 10 miles from the church?
Yeah, it's
the
not
the
far.
other arena. And when I was at A&M, I'd go over there. Since I had my NRA card, he'd let us practice there too.
Yeah.
And that was on Tuesdays. Is it still on Tuesdays?
Yeah, it's still on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So you probably, once you started kind of rodeoing, you had 2 practice pins a week.
Yeah, we were buck and stock around the clock.
There you go.
we were always either at the college arena roping or riding something, or at the house on Sundays roping or riding something. And so I kind of grew up engulfed in the sport, and we got to watch so many awesome people, Caleb Smith and Trey Benton and Cody Teal, and that all came through this program. And I got to watch them. Yeah, I got to watch them be the 18-year-old kids showing up to college that didn't know much and then become world champions and multiple-time NFR qualifiers. And it kind of gives you that feeling that if they can do it, you can do it too, because you got to see them before they were the superstars that they are now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. Seeing guys come in there super green. Yeah. Richmond. I remember him getting on out there.
You remember him getting on some steers and stuff?
He started out there. I remember seeing him get on his first one.
Oh, yeah.
With you guys at the church.
Yeah.
Richie. I remember J.R. Berzane.
Yeah.
He hadn't been to the NFR. I think he had been on before when he came down, and I saw him get on.
Taylor Price would have been in that same group,
TP,
I think.
Yeah, TP. He would have dang sure gone to the NFR without that thumb injury.
Man.
A lot of talent goes through there. And so you had a front row seat to watching champions. How much stock did you get on?
I remember we had a rodeo school there at the church, and I think I got on 37 animals in a day and a half.
Golly.
So, all the kids that showed up got on 1 or 2, and my dad had went and bought this this big pen of steers that like some old retired roping steers, and man, they'd only bucked like 10 of them, and shoot, what are we going to do with all the rest of them? So 10 or 12-year-old Brad was load them all, and I got on them till my hands were so blistered I couldn't keep it shut anymore. And I always just loved it. You know, whenever you're around it every day and get to see those people go on and be great, it makes you want to do the same. And that was kind of what I strive to do.
Did your dad try to make sure you were getting on the right stock for your ability at that time?
Oh, definitely.
How did that equation play out?
You know, we got to see a lot of people coming up that got their hearts broke really quick by getting on, especially bulls that buck way too dang hard for where they're at. Dad's pushing them too hard. And you crack a kid's egg enough times, he's going to be done. And my dad really took it easy on me in a way of, I got on a lot of stock, but I never got on anything at the house that was way over my head. I might get on 10 that he know I could ride before he'd put me on one that was going to be really a challenge. And then once that challenge wasn't a challenge anymore, we'd move up. And we had, as far as the bull riding went, we had an awesome set of bucking steers until I outgrew those. And then we had some bulls that we got from Bob Champion that were some retired amateur rodeo bulls, and then some bulls that didn't quite make the cut for some other UBBIs and stuff. And he slowly worked me up, and that's what makes you love the game so much, is whenever you have a chance to win over that animal. If you do it enough times, I remember there being a time where I felt like I was 15 years old and could have got on Bushwhacker and rode him, because my confidence was so high because the animals that he was putting me on and the success rate that I had.
So when did the concussions start happening?
Concussions,
I'm guessing it'd have been on the 11th one, the challenge.
Yeah,
you get on 10
for sure.
Jump kickers, and then every now and then you test yourself.
Yeah, I remember the the worst time I remember, like I said, we have buck out on Sundays. The YBR finals is coming up there in Abilene, and you get on 4 head there, I believe. Yeah, it's 4. And I got whooped down really good on Sunday before we went there on Tuesday. I got there, and I think I got a concussion 3 out of the 4 bulls there. I either got whooped down on the back of my head or stomped. And I mean, I just had heck. And
How old were you?
I was about 15.
Were the bulls a little too much?
Man, I was either getting off wrong or stubbing a toe and making a mistake.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't blame it on the bulls. It was more it was just a bad run of
just bull riding.
It was just bull riding. It was bad.
Got you.
And and then it slowly started to get worse and worse. I started getting on some bareback horses, and I had some horses. I had a lot of them hit me in the back of their head with their butts, and because of the CTE I'd had before, man, it made it way worse than it should have been. And I don't remember ever taking a real big break off of rodeo, but I'm sure the year that I was 16 to 17, I might have got on maybe 10 or 15 bulls and horses a year, which for me, that was nothing.
For sure. Yeah.
And to kind of let the chickens get back in line. But so I scattered them enough times, they kind of wanted to run away on me.
So you take the break. What initiated the break? Was it you or your parents? Or
I think it was my neck, actually. We went to Cheyenne. I think you were there. It was me, Rocker, Sam Peterson. I don't know, a couple others that are actually
y'all got
here.
on that little
the junior
exhibition
bareback
deal.
Yeah, they had in Cheyenne, and the whole drive home from Cheyenne, my left hand was numb, and my neck felt like I had a fillet knife jabbed in there, twisting around. And
you remember that same day that little kid got hung up?
Yeah, did he get his head stomped or something?
No, this little 4-year-old kid hung up to that little tiny pony.
Oh no!
Remember? Maybe it wasn't that same day, but it was definitely that same week.
Yeah.
And Dusty Tuckness was in the locker room watching on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
The bullfighter Dusty Tuckness, and anyways, this kid is dragging on a mini pony, like super small, like about the size of a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid's 4 years old, and he's dragging around the arena. Dusty goes from the locker room down the hallway, over the buck and shoots into the arena, and he's the one that got him out across the arena.
What a dog!
And that's how long the kid
crazy,
was hung up. Number one, but number two, they stopped having that there.
Yeah,
because everybody realized that like many ponies don't equal many humans.
No,
but anyhow,
that's a topic that has a lot of people think differently about it. The mini ponies, which in Cheyenne, for one, that is way too big of an arena.
Yeah.
There's no control of those animals if somebody gets hung up. But, those ponies taught us a lot of bad habits getting on them growing up. But I don't know if I would have ever got on a big bucking horse without them, because I was able to kind of take baby steps up to where I am now instead of being 17 and jumping on a full-grown horse. I don't know if I would have.
Well, it's a double-edged sword.
It is.
I understand what you're saying, and I do think that somebody should level up. But that 4-year-old shouldn't have been on that horse.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
He doesn't even know how to try.
No, and they had him wedged off in there, I guess, if he's hung up.
Yeah, I mean, he's 4 years old in a saddle bronc saddle, in a miniature saddle bronc saddle. Yeah, it wasn't the bareback riding. And that to me that's like an easy. I get what you're saying, and you guys at 14 getting on those ponies you got on that day, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like a smaller horse that is just jumping and kicking and kind of empty, and they're big enough that a pickup man can get up next to them.
Absolutely. Them little ones will run up underneath a pickup man.
Pickup man is helpless.
Oh,
get off. It takes a bullfighter.
It does.
So I think somewhere in between the 4-year-old and the 14-year-old is the answer.
There is
what I think. But that's my line in my head. Like now, a 4-year-old on a Holstein, Like what?
Oh, yeah.
Jagger's 6, and the little calves he gets on, that's perfect. To me, that's heaven.
For sure.
Same thing like the calves, your dad and steers, like the way you progressed up, I think is picture
At
perfect.
that age, you're not trying to buck them off. You just want them to, you want them to have fun. Enjoy
I
it.
heard a guy told me, Isaac Fife, we were talking about just some of the horses that, we were talking about timed events and some of the horses that some parents put their kids on to like run barrels coming down that alley.
Oh my gosh.
And he just shook his head and like how some kids survive. And he said, the good Lord watches over children of fools was his answer.
Go watch any YRA rodeo in Texas. I watched one last year.
Yeah.
And, they have half of them strapped in a magic seat, Velcroed down.
Ooh, it's scary.
Parents whoop the horse on the butt on the way in the arena, and those things fly.
Dude, it's so scary.
It's scary.
But, it's tough because you don't want to put your kid in a bubble.
No.
But also, there's a level of common sense that I think is important. I think your parents did an absolute fantastic job at monitoring that.
Ever since I started riding bulls and punching fools, I've been wearing an American hat because I'm an American. I actually wore a different hat before that for the longest, but then my mom got a job. So wear an American hat, old son. Otherwise, you ain't no cowboy. I hope you're enjoying ranch fuel as you're listening to this episode of Rodeo Time. Use code DALE on ranchfuel.com for 15% off, old son. Drink up and use code DALE on ranchfuel.com.
I cut your story off because I was just curious if you were there that day, but you're driving home from Cheyenne and your hand is numb because of your neck injury. So what happens there?
Oh, yeah. Driving home, shivering the whole way. I mean, just the cold sweats. It's hurting bad. And I remember getting home, and we got to go see a doctor about this and figure out what's going on. And you go to a doctor. He's like, yeah, there's a nerve that runs between some vertebrae, and there's not enough room for it to pass through. And because the wear and tear on your neck that you already have, and can't have surgery till you're 30. So in a way, it's gotten better, but I'm still dealing with it every day. If I don't sleep perfect, I feel like an old man. I wake up and 3 a.m. and can't move, stiff, feels like I may have a throbbing headache from it. And
how old are you now?
22.
What happened in Cheyenne that did it?
It happened right before Cheyenne at the Texas High School Finals. I got on a horse that bucked really hard, and I rode her really good for about 6 seconds, and my hand blows out, and there's a video, my mom has it, and I'm flying through there doing a backflip, and well over this horse's butt while she's kicking in the air, and landed right on top of my head.
Oh,
and,
dang.
Yeah.
Like body up in the air.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of compressed it all?
It did. Yes, sir. Yeah, it hadn't been the same since, but whenever I'm 30, they said that I guess my neck will be fully developed so they can work on it. So.
Dang. So Cheyenne is just maybe...
Cheyenne is the first place I tried it after the high school finals.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it was bad, but
yeah, that was in Austin in March, at the end of March, is a horse mashed me and hurt some discs in my lower back.
The Ranch Rodeo, or what was it? What was there?
No, the PRCA rodeo.
Oh.
Yeah. The
Gotcha.
one of Benny's horses mashed me, and then Huntsville is first weekend, and so anyways, I'm just saying, like, I heard it, but then in Huntsville was the first time I tried to ride after I heard it, and Duck Butter of Corco's bucked me down quick because like my whole leg all the way down to my Achilles because of that back injury.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I ended up having to have surgery, but it was a similar feeling. You know, the nerve for your back, it goes down your leg, you know.
What about Jacob's spur and stuff after the broken back?
So his was way worse than both of ours.
Yes.
He had to have his back, like a plate put in and fused. I think the thing that allowed him to come back was they were able to remove the plate. So if you leave it in there, like JB's,
Yeah.
so his plate in his neck has to stay in. And so now the danger is above or below the plate.
Gotcha.
And so where that plate is, or that bar, whatever they call it, it'll never break. But above or below it will break. And for him, it's either death or wheelchair. But the reason Jacobs was able to go back to it is they were able to remove that plate because everything healed. And but 17 months after he broke his back in Greeley, he was riding again, and he got on a hopper at Tarleton, and it looked like he had never taken a day off.
Yeah, I've seen him a bunch this year at some circuit rodeos and stuff. And
yeah,
he's still a machine. It's wild.
Yeah. But his was super dangerous, like JB's, because like he had to walk and then ride a golf cart and then get in and anyways, like he could have also easily ended up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But yeah, the necks and the backs, they're not anything to deal with.
No.
To play with, I guess. So what did it look like after your 2-year break?
Ooh. Yeah, so I started amateur rodeo and I was working during the weeks, working in school and during the weeks, amateur rodeo on the weekends, and turned 18. Well, before I turned 18, I nominated some of the amateur rodeos to go to the WCRAs, and I got to go to the one in Fort Worth, and still at this point, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I mean, in my head, like I said, I'm still just going to be a go pour concrete, and that was gonna be it. And I get to go to the WCRA in Fort Worth. Man, I know Tim O'Connell was there, maybe Broussard, RC. There's a handful of guys there that I'd watched on TV so many times and never even ran into them. And I go in the stockyards locker room little deal there, and I'm like, holy smokes, these are the guys like that I've been watching my whole life. This is crazy. And I drew a really nice horse and I placed. And now looking back, was I anywhere near the level that I thought I was? No, not at all. But man, it worked out good to where I felt like, you know what, I can compete with these guys. Like I'm close. I feel like I'm almost there. And maybe I win third or something in Fort Worth. And so I get this big old crazy looking neck roll built. I don't know who makes them, but they have like a leather neck roll that's kind of short, and I added all this foam to it. It came way up the back of my head and way down my back. And it was huge and goofy looking, but it kept my neck from getting a stinger. And I bought my permit, went and rodeoed, was winning a little money here and there, and for whatever reason, I thought I had to go up north on my permit, and I was going to go rodeo and go crazy. And sometime a little after Cheyenne, I look at the bank account and, oh shoot, it's like $320 in here, and I'm a long ways from home. So never asked the folks for any money before, and I'm not going to start at this time. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a 30-day doctor. I'm already kind of beat up, and go home. And I take off, beeline back to Texas. I get to Fairfield, 60 miles from the house, and swipe my card, and it puts $30 in the tank and quits. I'm like, whoo, we made this just in the nick of time. So I get home, take a car out of the woods that we had, and take it to the scrap metal place and get $400 off of it. Go amateur rodeo that weekend, make a couple thousand, and it's kind of right back in the swing of things again. And that roller coaster, I always think back to that car that I took to the scrap yard, because man, I was right there at my breaking point of, you know, I'm more downs than there are ups in this sport sometimes. And man, I was in one of those downs, and next thing you know, I'm back up and making some money doing it. And my rookie year, was on my permit for a year, then my rookie year, man, with a crazy group of rookies. We had, I think I finished maybe 25th in the world and 15th in the rookie standings or something insane, or 12. Like it was a pretty cool deal. So I got to go with all of my, all the guys that I grew up youth rodeoing with.
Who won Rookie of the Year that year?
Keenan. He won Rookie of the Year, the NFR average, and the world title. He
Yeah.
cleaned the house.
Hard to compete with.
Yes. I was not there yet, and I won a little bit. Up until towards the end of the year, I won 65,000 or something that year, and I didn't win anything the last 2 months of the season. So like I was kind of almost in there all year, and I thought I had a chance, but looking back, I'm really glad I didn't make it because I wasn't riding near good enough. I would embarrass myself here. And but I said, you know what? I have one more year. I'm going to give myself one more year. If I make the NFR, I'll keep doing this. If I don't, I won't. And that was last year, and that's where all the pressure came coming into September because it's 20,000 out of making it, and I knew that I had told myself if this doesn't work this year, I'm going to reel it back in because I don't want to be somebody that spins my wheels and spends everything I have to do this. And it's like I'm going to go build a life if this doesn't work. So
yeah,
it worked.
So it sounds like, because I can see you going to, even though you got access to, guys like Trey Benton, you're watching Richie Champion come through there. You got the Sam Houston Rodeo team that produces college champions and PRCA champions. You get to see those guys from your dad's church pen, and also, you see champions like Dale Brisby even.
Yes,
like you're seeing
Dale Brisby.
And then you're going to 2 practice pens a week. You're going to the high school finals. But it sounds like maybe you still felt like you're a little bit on an island, like you don't know what is out there. And then so you go to the stockyards for that WCRA deal.
Absolutely.
And it shows you, okay, I've got some talent. Like what I was doing on this island, I'm actually better than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So you took it too far and went up north.
Absolutely.
Went broke, came back home. It's crazy how much Texas has to offer for guys in that phase of rodeo that I'm almost ready to go pro rodeo wherever I want and be a contender for the top 20 in the world. Like, it's just like, if you're that caliber, like Texas is the place to be.
It is. And
so that's where it puts you back for that time while you were maturing.
For sure.
Until you were ready to go to the NFR.
Yeah, you can go make 40, 50,000 a year without being that dang good amateur rodeoing in Texas. Like but at the same time, it gives you a little bit of a false sense of confidence if you're not careful, because in the bareback riding, for instance, there might be 4 people at a rodeo and 2 of them are from the hometown and don't get on with a horse a year or something crazy like that. And,
yeah.
Man, you can be a big fish in that pond, and as soon as you jump on the pro rodeo scene, you're absolutely a nobody. Nobody cares how many times you won the UPRA or the CPR. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's a totally different world, and I realized that really quick.
Yeah, especially in the bareback.
Especially, yes.
Yeah, because bull riding and bronc riding, like, still, your CPRA jacket doesn't hold a lot of weight whenever you take off and go rodeo in the PRCA. But if you're winning it in those events, like, you're still having to beat some salty dogs
Absolutely.
out there. But in the bareback riding, you're right. Like,
Yeah.
I can think of Marble Falls, like, the committee is just frustrated that they even have to put sponsor money towards the bareback riding.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2-night rodeo.
62 points wins the rodeo.
And there's 2 bareback riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, if you pick the right contractors there in Texas anyways, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere else, and they see that, I know that I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the Bob Champion and the Peyton Franks, and I'm going to forget a couple people, but those guys that have those amateur rodeo companies that really took care of me, and I wasn't getting on crazy flipping over colts when I showed up. Like they really took care of me and helped me. I guess they saw where I was going, and they made sure I got on the horses that I needed to get there. And I was getting paid $1,000 or $800 to go get on practice horses. And
I think that some people are starting to realize, oh, I can't run anything. I mean, I can't run just anything under some of these younger bareback riders they've been on 25 head. Like you can't run your all-star bareback string under a kid that's learning. Like, do you want to build a bareback rider that will come back to your rodeo?
Absolutely. That 18-year-old nag that everybody turned out in all the pro rodeos, and now you have him as an amateur rodeo stock contractor.
Yeah.
He's already been blackballed from the PRCA, and now you're going to buck him to every college rodeo short round where we can't get out of it. I'm not naming any names, but some people know who we're talking about. And why are we still doing that? We're trying to build the sport here. If you're 100%. Upset about having 2 people at your amateur rodeos, it doesn't start. It's what happened a year ago whenever the other 2 were there. Now you would have had 4. Now you would have had 8 next year. Like, the sport can grow, but if we're just banging people's heads off a horse's butt all the way down to the roping boxes and the bareback riding especially, who in the world wants to do that? Yeah, we see on TV the horses. I'm not saying stuff has to jump 6 feet in the air and kick the lights out, but man, if we're going to do it, let's try to make it to where bareback riding isn't going to be fun, but let's make it more enjoyable than that hop, skip, and running off thing that, something that people have zero chance of learning anything on.
For sure. Yeah, that is one thing that I'm pretty adamant about at the beaches. Like running the right stock under a guy.
Yep.
Making sure that it does nobody any good if you're putting them on.
Get something that just lopes in a circle. Big lope. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like the old, what is it, 9708, the big paint horse? Do you still have that horse?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bob Ross is what we call him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I love that horse.
Yeah. Does he still hop around in a circle?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he goes straight down the pin, but he's just a jump kicker.
Yeah.
And I got Hang 'em High, got the old Scotty Lovelace classic brand on him. Got him from Pete, and he's if you just hang a flank on him, he goes in a circle about the size of this room.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. For bronc riders, he's just absolutely perfect. Bareback riders, he makes too tight of a circle without anything on his head. But that 9708, that paint that we got from y'all, that's a perfect bareback horse.
Yeah.
But
he taught us a lot. I was watching some videos. We had mine and Bryce Jensen's NFR party there 2 weeks ago or something, and I guess my mom
your
had
dad
put
invited
together,
me to that, and
so thanks for coming. By the way,
that's
too cool
bad.
for us. But so they played these videos from us growing up. Him getting on steers and calves, me getting on a bunch of different ponies and bareback horses, and I got to looking at these videos, and there was a time for me being probably 14 or 15 to like 17 or 18, and it was like 15 or 20 videos of the same horse.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Dad definitely knew what he was doing whenever he put me on this one, because we had one that was so dang good, and he everywhere we went, he put me on the same horse. And that horse I meant to get on her before I came up here. I thought that'd be kind of special, but horse from Sammy Andrews that Jason actually like bottle fed and raised. And
what horse is that?
44C. We call her Jason because Jason raised her.
Yeah.
But
Jason Angel.
Yeah. But the way that you take care of them now is what your rodeos are going to look like later. If we can get rid of bareback riding really quick by putting a bunch of junk in the draw for these kids to get on, because it's dwindling down fast, and it will a lot faster if you do that.
I've taken a lot of horses. I take horses, and I've taken some bulls there. Not necessarily retirement stuff, but like what I've taken y'all some stuff that either like was a little too rank for us, but it's not something I'm going to sell to a PRCA guy, or maybe it was on its way out, but I have a sentimental tie to it, and I'd rather just give it to y'all and y'all not tell me where it went. There's been a lot of horses that I just gave to your dad that I never asked what happened to them, afterwards. But anyhow, I got one I'm going to bring, see if your dad needs him, but here in a couple of weeks, old PRCA horse, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know where I was going with that, but well, is it still that like a lot of the beginner stock is at the church and a lot of the upper level stuff is at the
yeah, for the most part. I would say that. I think most of the stuff that's on its way out is there at the church. Ones that might only have a handful of trips left in them before they go find a different job. But because the majority of people we have, we can't find stock weak enough because, a lot of them, it's their first 5 head. Yeah. And then we have a couple that are a little better if somebody shows up and knows how to spur something.
Well, it's a great ministry. That's what it was for me. I was going to school at A&M, and so whenever I came over there, it was the initial reason I walked onto the place was to get on practice stock. But, you go to church first.
Yeah.
And so that ministry to me is something that's powerful that your dad has there. So I say that to say, like, there's been a lot of people that probably got on those first 5 head. They stopped riding.
Oh, yeah.
But then they, they got to hear the gospel.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of those kind of people.
Oh, yeah. One of our pickup men now, he showed up and he hears this. I'm sorry, I don't know how old he was, but I'm sure he was probably 50, 55 whenever he showed up at the church wanting to get on bareback horses.
Yeah.
And, man, he got on 2 or 3, but he stuck around, and now he picks up for us every Sunday, some Tuesdays, and man has made a really handy pickup man. But
yeah, who's that?
Paul Stallings.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's
I don't know that I know him.
Yeah, by beat eyes, but you never know. They don't have to be a bull rider or bronc rider. They can find a place to fit in somewhere, and his was being a pickup man, and he can hang with some pretty good guys now.
Yeah. Well, what about this year? So you started off, and most of the beginning of the year, you were number 1 in the world until June. Was it June? Something happened?
Yeah, end of June. Yeah, in Reno, man, it was a freak deal. Got on a horse that been on before that was just pretty okay, a little hard, and man, I stuck my left foot over her neck just perfectly as she was throwing her head in there and kicking, and she sits me up about a quarter of the way, and somehow or another tears my groin. And
during the ride,
tears my groin. I try to spur her once or twice more. I don't know what's going on, but this leg is turned off. It's not wanting to work, and I double grabbed. I think going into Reno, I'd had 3 zeros in my whole career, including amateur rodeoing.
Yeah.
In the barricade. Like I'll hang underneath one before I'm going to take a 0. I did that at the finals last year. I was 62 running around the ring. And so get two no scores in Reno. Do a backflip, get kicked in the chest, and do another backflip on the way to the ground. The second round, I tear my groin. Maybe had a probably a $60,000 lead in the standings. And it's like, man, if I can just get through these next 2 weeks, we had the 4th of July, had Calgary, and then Colorado Springs. And if I can get through the next 2 weeks and get to at least Calgary and Colorado Springs, I'll go home for a month or 2 and be happy that these are 2 of the biggest rodeos left in the year. And so I fly to Prescott, Arizona, and I had a bucking son of a gun, a young horse that I watched some videos of. It was big, stout bronc. And it was going to be my first one to try it on. And I got there and pretty excited, but scared to death because I know something's up. I'm dragging a leg. I can hardly walk through the airport. And I get behind the bucking chutes, and Kirsten Vold walks up to me, and she's like, "Hey, your horse is crippled. You have this one." And I go watch some videos, and this horse isn't very good. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to save my growing, and I'm kind of mad. I'm like, let me see the horse that's crippled. Like, I want to get on this sucker. It was so awesome. But it was crippled. And I go back to my hotel in Prescott to fly out the next day. I spent 2 days. I spent from Reno to Prescott in Arizona. I think it was 2 or 3 days there without getting on a bucking horse for no reason. It was kind of silly looking back. And I was really upset. But looking back, I'm glad that that horse got crippled because it would have manhandled me. I go to Cody. Had just a sweetheart hopper drawn there. A spur, 4 jumps, double grab. Can't do it.
Dang.
Oh my gosh, what's going on here? It's terrible pain. I can't do anything on my left leg. So call the sports med there in Calgary ahead of time. And one of the doctors, don't worry, come on. We'll stick some stuff in it and make it go numb. You'll be able to get by with it. And he was right. It went numb, and I was able to get by with it. I got on a NFR eliminator there, and I got by, but I wasn't doing much spurring. I looked like I held my mark out for 8 seconds. I just couldn't move my legs. So I went on home for 5 weeks. Rocker absolutely kicks butt the month of July. I don't know if he wins 150,000 or what, but I left 60,000 ahead, and I come back like 70 or 80,000 behind in 4 or 5 weeks.
Dude, I was watching it in real time, and I was
I know it.
Because I've never cheering for you, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I like both you guys.
Yeah.
And, I've known you, and I was just like, what? Oh, my gosh, this lead is just gone.
I've never been so happy for somebody and mad at them at the same time.
For sure.
Like, so I was like...
So conflicted.
So conflicted.
I get it.
And then you have the questions come up in your head. I mean, it is a growing. People are telling you it's never going to get better. It's just going to tear worse. Dr. McGoney there in Fort Worth, awesome guy. He does everything he can to get it healed up fast for me. And 4-week turnaround, he says it's ready to go try it. And I was nervous as can be and go to Dodge City. I think I was 88 on my first one.
Nice.
And Dad called me, and he was like, yeah, you're ready to go do it again. And sure enough, I struggled a little bit, but for the most part, kind of picked up where I left off. And man, I don't know if I'd be coming in here number one, even if I had that month back, but I'd hope I'd be a lot closer.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know if anybody's ever had a July like he had this year.
That was wild.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. And I love hearing you say that you were like happy for him and mad at him at the same time, just because like I felt the same thing because you're both just young kids that are super nice and I love watching both of you. It's funny, like he's just like this wild child rock star, and here you are, a preacher's kid.
Oh yeah,
and y'all are battling it out, and you're both, elite at this sport. And then it was really fun to see that you were getting on practice stock at his house.
Oh yeah,
the other day.
Yes, sir.
What was that like?
Oh, it was cool. We had a little NFR round zero there, and it's cool. All the boys got together and got on some bucking horses. But I'll tell you a cool thing. Here last year, Rocker gets knocked out, does a flip, hurts his hand real bad. He was screwed up, and I want to say it was like the 8th, 9th, and 10th round. And the talk was, I tried not to pay attention to it, but in the locker room, they have the TV right there. And is it going to be Rocker? Is it going to be Bradlee? Is it going to be Rocker or Bradlee?
Yeah.
And
I
Dean,
felt it.
Which, Dean comes and sweeps it away, did some crazy stuff. But, man, I was like, come on, we got to get this hand right because I want to beat you at your best.
For sure.
I don't want to win because you got hurt. And it's pretty cool. I go home and before I go home, the
check's still cash, by the way.
Oh,
had you won it with, with him hurt, but anyhow, I'm listening.
But still, so I'm there in Cody, and I hadn't called Rock or anything, and he's like, "Hey, I heard that something's wrong with your groin. Do you know what's up?" And I said, "Man, I think it's torn, but I'm not sure." He's like, "Here's this doctor's number, this doctor's number, this doctor's number. Give them a call. Like, I'll call ahead, make sure they'll get you in. Like, you gotta get this right."
Yeah.
And like, "Man, I'll try." And he's like, "Because I want to beat you at your best." And that's the cool thing about rodeo is there's not very many of us that kind of want to win by default. Like, he wanted me to. I think if my groin could have been better in a day, he would have done it. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty cool as competitors. Like, we want to beat each other whenever we're at the top of our game.
Yeah, it's such a neat aspect of rodeo that it's you against the animal.
Yeah.
But I think just competitiveness in general, the fact that you can have a desire to win and not hate the other person.
Absolutely.
Like, to me, that's such a strength. And it's such a sign of maturity, like I go back to my podcast with Trevor, and he talks about, like, if you can't be happy for someone else that gets a win, then something's wrong with you on the inside. And I agree with that, but having the maturity to be able to try your best at an event that you want to win, and you're trying to win, and you're competitive at it. But then if somebody else wins it, you can still
cheer them on
and be happy for them. Like, man, that's
my first round here last year. And like, that's what, like I said, Rocker, he gets jerked down and I win the round, and he's there fighting for gold buckle. And at the time, I didn't think I was anywhere that would even be a possibility, which came one later. But yeah, he gets jerked down, and first person in the hallway when I walk out, he's like, "You did it." And it's like,
yeah,
are you okay? Like, you just got throttled. But man, it's so cool because you get back in that locker room, and whoever won that night, everybody is genuinely happy that that they did, because everyone there knows how much it takes to win a round, much less win a gold buckle.
Yeah. Yeah. So much fight in bareback riding. All you got, like, I just thinking about 15 bareback riders in the same room.
Wish I would have been a bronc rider.
Dude, what was up with that?
I should have been a dang bronc rider.
Did you even try it?
I tried to get on steers, and I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
I fell off underneath one, and it stepped on my chaps, and I was stuck, and he was stopped by the let-out gate. Scared the mess out of me. I wasn't going to get in a bronc saddle again.
Yeah.
Then I got bucked
You never
off.
got hung up to a bareback horse, though?
Once.
Yeah.
Over by you somewhere. I don't remember what it was called. An amateur rodeo somewhere over in your country. But, yeah, hung up once. One of the pickup men didn't carry a rope because he didn't know how to use one. The other one had a rope, but he had a cast on his right hand because he broke it.
Whoa.
And I'm hung up making laps.
Whoa.
All by my lonesome. I don't know how they ended up getting this horse stopped, because as soon as I got my hand out, I walked back behind the bucking chutes, have a heat stroke, pass out. But, yeah, so it was bad.
I wonder where it would have been.
It was something ranch rodeo. Would it have been this might be the wrong place. Is it a Row Ranch rodeo or something? Is it Stonewall?
I don't remember. I don't ring any bells. It was in Texas, though?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. But it was
Stonewall is down by you. Stonewall's
no,
like...
that's not it. No.
There's Rouse, Texas, that has
Rawls. Yeah.
It's like somebody's last name ranch rodeo.
Somebody's last name.
Like, it's like their ranch puts on the rodeo.
Kugelhand or that
Maybe
weird...
so. It's a hot son of a buck there.
But that's East Texas.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I did have a heat stroke, like I said.
Who was the stock contractor?
Passed out. I don't know. That was
Yeah.
a couple hundred horses ago.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
But,
dang.
yeah.
I got hung up one time. I only got hung up in the bareback riding. I can remember 2 times. But one of them was in your arena at your house. And
Really?
Yeah.
In the bareback riding?
Yeah.
Jeez.
No kidding. Talk about make a couple of laps on that son of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big arena.
And you said none of this is live or anything, right?
Correct.
Did you ever get on a bull at our house or anything?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't remember that.
All the time. I got on everything there all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember you getting
Fought
on Bronx.
bulls in there.
Like, I could see that.
Yeah.
He used to like stick them in the mane, like, should have seen it.
Should have seen it.
Should have seen it.
Yeah, I would get on all the time at the college pen too. I didn't get on by the time your dad became the rodeo coach. I was done with bareback,
Gotcha.
so I didn't get on any
But
bears.
you're still getting on bulls and Bronx.
I got on some bulls and then it wasn't long after he became coach that I just switched to bronc riding.
Yeah. I think all of our bulls started stopping. That's why you did.
Yeah, Spur Brisby.
Yeah.
I got all got Spur Brisby.
Man, that I still remember that like it was yesterday whenever you announced that you're getting on at the PBR finals.
Yeah.
What year would that have been?
Yeah, shoot, late 70s, I think. For the first time. Yeah. For my first trip there.
Yeah.
No,
And then you had the deal where Chad Berger called you and all that.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
That was genius.
One time, I don't know why, but I remember the first time I ever worked a spur hang up in the bull riding, like as a bullfighter. It was a Sunday, and I don't remember who preached. Your dad wasn't there, but I was in charge of the buck out, which I'm sure doesn't happen often that people buck there without your dad.
Not anymore. No.
But this kid hung up. He had some big old rowels and drug not that far, but yeah, I cut my hand and everything, and ended up getting him out. But it was like 4 people back there total.
Yep.
And it was a wild little 20 seconds.
We had a bad one the other day with one of your fellow Aggies.
Who?
There was a boy, you wouldn't know him or nothing. He's younger,
gotcha.
but he goes to A&M and been getting on a bunch of bulls and doing really good. And maybe he got on 2 or 3 that day and was having some trouble. And I have these 2 little old 2-year-olds that probably weighed 900 pounds, and they have little spike horns like that, but they're tipped back pretty good. And he had been on these things. Every time I wanted to buck him, I'd put him on them. They're he's a lighter kid, and bulls don't buck that dang hard. They were just nice. And this one has a little hop, skip, kick to him and jerks him down, and he's running back to the chutes. And dude, it looks like you have your finger over a water hose, like that kind of pressure, but blood squirting out of his throat, all on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, and ended up, thankfully, somebody caught him by the throat, and they got some towels on him. Crazy thing is, I want to say 2 out of 3 of our pickup men that were there are firefighters and just got their EMT and everything. Like, it's fresh on their mind how to handle all this stuff. And man, they were able to get the blood to clot. I want to say he had like 2 minutes if they couldn't get it to stop as fast as he was bleeding out. But they got it clotted, got the helicopter there, and he's all good now.
Wow.
But ever since then, especially, I don't think we'll ever buck again without my dad there, just because whenever I feel like he thinks whenever he's there, he's able to really keep an eye on everything in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain
Make
level
sure nobody's
of
getting on something they're not supposed
For
to.
sure.
Which his best friend Ron, that he's here supporting me and stuff, and man, they're as long as one of them are there taking care of everything,
Ron.
it's all good. Knighton.
Oh,
He'd been
yeah,
around
baby.
back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking around.
Hagen and
Yeah, he just got married
did he?
a couple days ago. Yeah.
I will say I remember thinking about I did get on a lot of bulls there, but I helped a guy in Snook during that time, and we had a practice pen out at Snook, Kermit Moss, and we bucked bulls there all the time. So most of the bulls I got on were at Snook. He didn't have bucking horses, and so that was the main thing I did at your dad's, at the 2 pens there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So how's the interns? You have a bunch of them right now?
11.
Holy smokes! I thought you
Yeah.
used to only be like 4, right?
Wait, used to be just one. Donnie used to be just
Donnie.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I want to say 8 of them ride which one of those 8 is Jordan, and I think she's kind of done.
How many
riding,
years has
so
Donnie been here?
6.5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oldest intern ever.
So yeah, we got 7 of them. Are when we have a buck out, yes, it's 2 bull riders, 4 bronc riders, and a bareback rider.
So like I've never really understood this neither. So like, do they come, most of them, do they want to learn how to like ride something? Is like
Yeah, I mean,
kind of the draw?
people call me to also learn to ranch, but the ones that are most motivated to work for me are the ones that want a rodeo, and specifically the rough stock events,
Yeah.
because the ones that want a ranch are welcome as well, but so we call it an internship. They do get paid, but the internship kind of insinuates and lets people know like, hey, this isn't like a retirement
Yeah.
level paying job,
Yeah.
but you can also learn to ride
Yeah.
bulls or broncs. So
Yeah.
I don't usually advertise the bareback riding because that's the one I know the least amount about.
Yeah, and it can get hairy in a hurry.
Yeah, and also like as bad as you got to want it in the bulls and the saddle bronc, there's no more commitment than there is running your hand in a bareback rigging. Like you're committed.
Yeah.
And
You know,
right now, the guy that I do have that's a bareback rider, he was a college football player for so he knows how to try hard.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like I'll let him do it. But
Yeah.
like
Those wrestlers make some good bareback riders.
yeah, he also wrestled. He's very
Yeah.
good at that.
Those wrestlers, they don't. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they come in there, and I mean that's if you look at what I've got going on, like I'm got a little business out in a West Texas town of 300 people. Like why would anybody come here? And then you see that I've got 10 horses, 7 bulls, and a little practice pen. I mean, that's what motivates people to
How
drive
often do y'all
out
buck?
in the middle once a week, at least once a week, sometimes twice.
Awesome.
Yeah, we buck bulls. We'll buck bulls 4 times a week, but the horses, they just, I mean, they just take so much more production that we kind of do that a little bit less.
Yeah. How far are you from Huntsville?
4 hours
Need to bring a trailer load up there. Come have a party.
for sure. Yeah,
Be fun.
and there's some random rodeos up there too. Sometimes like Wichita Falls, good pro rodeo, and
How far are you from Wichita Falls?
I'm south of there, an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's
So-
kind of it's a random spot, but it was my last full-time job. I worked for my brother-in-law. My sister married a guy from there, and I worked for him, Dr. Yearlins, in 2015, and that was my last job before I went full-time rodeo time.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm there. I got family there, and yeah.
15. What's the first year you came up here? Like,
To your house?
up here to Vegas to like promote like rodeo time.
13, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 13
So I
or
remember
14.
seeing you at the convention center that year.
Yeah.
That was
Which the first time I went to your house would have been 2005. Dude,
yeah.
that
I
was
would have
20 years ago.
I would have been 2.
I walked up to your
Holy
house
smokes.
in late 2005.
18-year-old, huh?
Yep.
Fresh. Oh yeah.
20 years ago. That's a long time.
nuts. That's nuts. Yeah. So
Yeah, I love your family. Your little sister too is grown.
oh yeah.
How old is
she's
she now?
She's a grown woman. She's 18 or
18.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, she can vote.
She can vote.
She can vote and buy a rifle.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Huh.
Yeah.
We got drawn tonight.
Sweet tequila tonight. And I knew the name sounded familiar. I looked it up and I was the last person to get on it. Sioux Falls. So
That's funny.
that was good.
What about your walk? Your dad taught you about bareback riding. What did he teach you about your relationship with the Lord?
Man, I don't know if there's a tougher career path as a believer than rodeo. like it's man, it's really, really tough because, man, every town you go to, you're going to
A party.
that town's festival, their big week, and
Yeah.
you're the star of it. And man, I've had times through my the short career I've had so far, like, man, it can kind of be a spiritual roller coaster in a way. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but man, I'll let the flesh get a hold of me, and I've had some times where
Do a little meth.
no meth, but
I'm just kidding.
no
I'm
meth
sorry.
yet. But man, walking the straight and narrows is really easy at home compared to how it is out here. And
Yes, sir.
you know, what's helped me more than anything the last 2 years, me and Garrett Shadbold have traveled the last 2 years together, and then Gavin French goes to A&M. He jumped in with us this year, and man, those guys, without them, man, there ain't no telling where I would be right now with a walk, but those two guys are so solid and stand up in their faith. And man, if I'm acting a fool or doing something I'm not supposed to, Shadbold, he ain't afraid to offend me. Like he's gonna tell me straight up. And man, those 8-hour car drives, the conversation will get on something that it shouldn't be. And man, it's not on that subject very long, because with the three of us in there, somebody's going to stand up and we're going to change the subject and talk about Jesus or talk about something positive. And man, the group of people that you travel with in this sport, they can make you or break you, and mine sure have made me. And those guys this year I've never felt closer to Jesus than I have this year, being
Oh, dang.
in the truck with those guys, because we've overcome so much, like physically and spiritually, and all the miles we put down the road. Man, we have some awesome conversations. Garrett is a great husband, a dad to 4 kids, and man, I look up to him so much as a father and a husband. And a lot of our conversations going down the road is, where did you screw up? Where did you do things right? And how I feel like me and Gavin are going to be a better husband and a better father one day because of Garrett and what we've learned from him. And he'll open up to us and he'll tell us what he thinks he's done right and wrong. And man, he sure has. I think he's made us both a better man. And so yeah, any advice to any kids would be, get in with some people that are going to the same place you are. You'll end up going where they are. And
yeah, whether it's a good place or a bad place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
your dad, and I can remember times back in my life, like texting him or calling him, or even just in person, just asking specific things about my walk and getting advice from him, and watching his relationship with Tammy was just a huge encouragement to me. How he fathered you guys, yeah, I'm sure just the inspiration he's been on your walk is,
and the growing up a preacher's kid, I've heard my whole life that you have to find your faith yourself, and you can't live off your grandma's or your mom's or your dad's. Like, you have to find it for yourself. And, I'd heard that forever, and I never really understood it until the last year and a half or so. And, there comes a time where that I realized that just going to church every Sunday that didn't cut it, like that wasn't helping me. That wasn't doing what it needed to in life. I had to do things on my own that help that progress. Or it was,
Yeah.
you can only, the Garrett Aldridge, you know him, he, my youth pastor growing up, he always says you can only coast downhill, and in your faith, it's as right as it can be that if you coast, you can only go backwards. You can't go forwards. And
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Yeah, Garrett's another good one.
yeah,
Yeah, I love Garrett. That's cool, man. Well, I'm excited for you. We're going into the first round. Sweet tequila?
sweet tequila.
Don't they give you your second round too?
Yeah, the second round, man, I don't know much about it. It has 2 trips in the bareback riding this year, and the last one was at Fort Worth.
What?
Yeah, it hadn't been bucked in a rig in almost a year. So had a bunch of trips in the bronc riding, and looking at the stats,
Whose is
looks
it?
like it might be a little tough. J-Bar J.
Okay.
But looks like it's going to be kind of hard, but they're the semi-eliminator, so they're supposed to be hard. And,
yeah.
it's going
Who's the sweet tequila?
to Will O'Connell's
Gotcha.
championship.
Championship.
So 88.5 on her a couple months ago, so maybe we can be a couple more this time.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, go get them. I'm cheering for you. And, yeah, be praying for that growing and everything, and
Yes,
definitely your neck.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
You guys
Appreciate it.
enjoy watching Bradlee Bronk Miller at the NFR this year, and check out rodeotime.com. Love you guys. Oh, wait. We always wrap this up with life advice.
Life advice. Life advice.
Yeah.
Woo.
It can be something somebody said.
Yeah.
It can be scripture, whatever,
Yeah.
something encourages you.
I think life advice is you can only coast downhill. So
Yeah, that was a good one.
keep working, pushing forward, or you're going to be going backwards. So,
We'll go with that.
yeah.
Cool. Pow, pow, and on to the next one, everybody.
Rodeotime.com is the only website that should exist because it's the greatest apparel line that has ever existed. So go there now to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a cap, a vest, whatever it is you need. Go to rodeotime.com, old son.